What's going on, people? It's your boy Clever, and welcome to another episode of LE.TV. And today's episode of LE.TV is going to be a little special today because instead of taking questions and responses from you guys for a moment, I'm going to ask myself a question. I'm going to give myself advice. And on today's episode of LE.TV, today's question comes to us from myself, Clev_Brown. And Clev_Brown, aka me, wants to know, can I push through my depression in order to continue to create art and also to develop a social life? You know, so I moved to Philadelphia mainly just because the cost of living in New York City was just too expensive for me, and I just wanted to just be in a different environment and a different setting just because of how difficult things were financially. And now that I'm here, there's a lot of adjusting that I have to take. Oftentimes I feel lonely out here because I don't really know a lot of people out here yet. I'm working all the time, and I always just become doubtful of myself sometimes. I always feel like, you know, I'm not gonna make friends out here. I'm not gonna be able to produce art, and you know, it always really gets to me because back in New York City, I've always had friends. I've always had, you know, people around me, and it's quite difficult to be in a new place, a new environment where I don't know anything or anyone. And logically, I do know that, you know, things take time. I understand that, you know, even in New York City, I had to begin somewhere. You know, I definitely understand that much. But I still get sad sometimes, and I told myself that when I move here, I won't make any friends. I won't have time to make friends, you know, and I've always regretted in New York City that, you know, my personal shit has always kept me away from the people that I love. I never really had time to really be around people anymore, and I thought that, you know, that was my way of taking my loved ones for granted, and I felt like I never had time to create art, I never had time to do anything because I was working all the time, and I thought the same outcome would happen here. So I wake up sometimes and I just feel really doubtful about myself. You know, I don't feel like I'm cool, I don't feel like I'm smart, I don't feel like I'm attractive, I don't feel like I'm interesting, I just feel like I'm boring, and I just feel like I'm not going anywhere. So that is the question I'm asking myself, and what I'm here to tell myself is this: it's okay to feel alone, Clev. It's okay to cry in public and in front of strangers and stuff like that. It's okay. You know, people do love you. People do care about you. You are a very influential individual. You are hilarious, you're intelligent, you're talented, and what you need to understand, Clev, is this: you need to understand that things take time. Because even when you were in New York, there was a point in time where you didn't have things figured out. You didn't know anyone. You didn't know anything. And then eventually you found yourself, and in you finding yourself, you were able to find what made you happy. And you also have to realize that you've only been here for 3 months, Clev, and you're comparing 3 months of being here in Philadelphia to your entire life in New York. So just give it time, and also take the time to just take care of yourself, work on yourself, love yourself, and everything else is going to follow. And don't be afraid to just talk to people, Clev. Don't be afraid to talk to people. There's always someone there that is, willing to listen to you. You just have to give them a chance. You're not as alone as you think you are. And I know really soon you're going to look back on this one day and you're going to say, wow, I've come really far. So, Clev, my message to you from Clev is keep smiling and just keep being hopeful, and just know that it's gonna work out. I promise you. I don't know how and when, but I know that it is. And Clev, most importantly, from me to you, Clev, I love you.